Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of two budget offerings or rather mid-range offerings below the 15k price segment, the Redmi Y2 with the Moto G6. So both these devices are priced below 15,000 in India, and both are quite different in terms of specifications and hardware. So in this video let's compare these two devices and see which is better device to buy in this price segment. So the Redmi Y2 starts at 999 pricing, and the 4GB RAM variant priced at 1299, while the Moto G6 is priced starting 1399 and it goes to 1599 for the top end variant. So in this video let's get started with the comparison. We'll talk about the design, build quality, display, software, the camera performance and also the battery life. So let's get started. So first step, let's have a look at the design and build quality. So design wise, you can see both are completely different in terms of the design and build quality aspect. We have a larger display, so the device looks a bit larger on the Redmi Y2, and this has almost similar design language as that of the Redmi Note 5 Pro with tapered edges. And we have dual camera setup, fingerprint scanner, and quite similar to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. But the major disappointing aspect about the Redmi Y2 is that it is plastic build. It feels like metal, but this is a plastic build quality. Now coming to the Moto G6, the design aspect is inspired from the Moto X4 announced last year. So we have glass finish, so it's made of 3D glass, it looks really premium, and it's compact because of the 5.7 inch screen size. So that's the major difference. So build quality wise, we would definitely say that the Moto G6 is far superior than the Redmi Y2 in terms of the build quality and design aspect. Now other than that, we have the power and volume keys on the right side on both the devices. We have the SIM tray on the Moto G6, while we have IR blaster and 3.5mm audio jack on the Redmi Y2. The bottom panel houses the USB Type-C port on the Moto G6, while we have a micro USB charging slot the bottom panel. We also have speaker unit for the Redmi Y2, while it's 3.5mm audio jack on the Moto G6. The left side houses the SIM tray for the Redmi Y2. So that's the design aspect of these two devices. So clearly we would say that the Moto G6 has a superior build quality with metal construction. Now next step, let's talk about the display. Here again there is completely a different specification offered. So we have a 5.99 inch HD plus resolution display on the Redmi Y2, while we have full HD plus resolution display. It's a 5.7 inch screen size on the Moto G6. So looking at the resolution, you can see that the Moto G6 has superior display. Two reasons: one is the smaller resolution, smaller display size, and higher resolution display, that's full HD plus compared to the HD plus on the Redmi Y2. So obviously we have a better display on the Moto G6. Also Moto G6 has Gorilla Glass support, while nothing is mentioned for the Redmi Y2. So here again the Moto G6 has an edge over the Redmi Y2. Now next step, let's talk about the software. So here we have two completely different software experience. We have the MIUI on the Redmi Y2. We have the latest version of MIUI, the MIUI 9.5 and Android 8.1 Oreo out of the box, while on the other hand we have the stock Android experience on the Moto G6. So Moto G6 comes with Android 8.0 out of the box, while we have Android 8.1 Oreo out of the box on the Redmi Y2. So UI wise, both these devices are completely different. So if you're a person who loves stock Android, then go for the Moto G6, while if you want a customization including additional features like dual app support, theming and additional features, then the MIUI offers that. So it's a personal choice on whether you want the stock like experience, then go for Moto G6, while if you want a customized UI, the Redmi Y2 makes perfect choice. Now talking about the performance, so this is one area where the Redmi Y2 has a slight edge because it is powered by the Snapdragon 625 octa-core chipset. It is coupled with either 3 or 4GB RAM and 32 and 64GB internal storage. On the other hand, the Moto G6 is powered by the Snapdragon 450 octa-core chipset, which has again 3 and 4GB RAM variants. Now the Snapdragon 625 is definitely a good chipset. It's a tried and tested chipset, one of the good performing chipset which was launched with a lot of devices last year. Now the Redmi Y2 also comes with Snapdragon 625, while the Moto G6 with 450 is not as powerful as the 625. So we would say that if you are looking for outright performance, then the Snapdragon 625 powered the Redmi Y2 makes slightly better choice. But then it's not by a major difference, because the 450 is also really good chipset and slightly placed below the Snapdragon 625. Now the gaming experience was quite decent on both these devices. No major difference we would say. We have the Snapdragon 625, which has an HD plus display to power, while we have full HD plus display and Snapdragon 450 on the Moto G6. So gaming experience, we would say both these devices are above average, not the best in the category. Now both these devices have dual SIM cards for GLT and VoLTE support, and we have dedicated SD card slot on both the phones. Now the speaker performance is slightly better on the Moto G6 because it had front firing speakers, and we found the loudness of the speaker and also the quality a bit better than the the Redmi Y2. Now both these devices have 32 and 64 GB storage variant, so you can pick up whichever variant you want based on how much storage you want. Now the fingerprint scanner experience, we have the fingerprint scanner rear mounted on the the Redmi Y2, while we have it on the front panel on the Moto G6. So fingerprint scanner experience is good on both the phones. We did not see any major issues with the fingerprint scanner, and both are quite responsive as well. Now next up, let's talk about the cameras. So we have a dual camera setup on both the phones. We have a 12 megapixel primary camera, f2.2 aperture, secondary 5 megapixel camera, LED flash, and we have a 12 megapixel primary camera, f1.8 aperture, then secondary 5 megapixel camera for depth sensing, dual LED flash, and both the devices have electronic image stabilization included. Now the front panel, we have a 16 megapixel camera on both these devices. Now let's have a look at the camera samples taken with these two devices. Now looking at the daylight captures taken with these two devices, it's extremely a difficult choice to make because both these devices offer pretty good color reproduction, good detailing, and overall clarity looks quite similar on both the phones. There is only a minor difference in terms of the color tones, except that almost similar experience on both these devices. But having said that, the Moto G6 has slight edge over the Redmi Y2. One is the sharpness levels. The sharpness is a tad better on the Moto G6, and also the video recording, although both have EIS support, the Moto G6 had a slightly better overall video quality. Now looking at the low light captures, so this is one area where the Moto G6 is better with f1.8 aperture. The details are a bit more pronounced and the noise levels are a bit lower. Also the sharpness levels here again was better on the Moto G6. So in terms of low light performance, the Moto G6 has an edge. Now the selfie performance, both these devices have almost similar selfie performance. Both are pretty good selfie shooters. The only difference is here the skin tones, and the Moto G6 has slightly better sharpness levels. But having said that, the Moto G6 misses out on the bokeh mode or the portrait mode in the selfie camera, and this is one area where the Redmi Y2 excels. Now next up, let's talk about the battery performance. So we have 3080 mAh capacity battery on the Redmi Y2, while we have 3000 mAh capacity battery on the Moto G6. So we don't really see a major difference in terms of battery performance, even though the Redmi Y2 has a slight edge in terms of the overall battery experience. But then we have turbocharging support on the Moto G6. So turbocharging is something really good. The 15-watt charger is really good in terms of charging the device. So that's the battery performance of these two devices. So now summing up, which is the better smartphone to buy here? So that all depends upon your priority. If you are into the budget segment, then obviously the Redmi Y2 makes great sense because it comes with good camera setup, then latest Android and overall good package from Xiaomi. But the Moto G6 excels in excellent design and build quality. Display is also full HD plus, and also the cameras are slightly better than the Redmi Y2. Now it also comes with fast charging and Gorilla Glass support, so these are some additional options included. But then the Redmi Y2 has a slightly better processor, the Snapdragon 625 octa-core chipset, and the pricing is also way too cheap. So if you are looking for looks and camera performance, then go with the Moto G6. If you are into budget segment and want great performance at affordable price tag, go for the Redmi Y2. So that is a detailed comparison of the Redmi Y2 with the Moto G6. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.